moment of clarity often occurs during or after a painful situation, such as a near-death experience, trauma, and feeling a loss. When you experience these realizations, you can't ignore them because they hold the answers you're looking for. This podcast will discuss those answers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your host, Cito Blanquito. Never miss a motherfucking freak, though, live and direct. I got now, kid who got next. It's another episode of Moment of Clarity. I'm loving the space that we're in. I'm loving the moments and the experiences that we're creating. I'm loving the conversations that we start. My purpose of this podcast wasn't to necessarily end, to be a period or exclamation point, but to be a comma. To understand people's different perspectives and viewpoints and just add a different point of view to it. I feel like it's art's job to start the conversation. It's the people's job to finish it. I'm loving what we get on the Instagram page. Please go follow Moment of Clarity Pod on Instagram. We're working on the Twitter. Understand if you like what we're going with it right now. To the left of me, I have.
You already know it's your boy Chuck Wolf. What's the vibe? What's the word?
And to the right of me, I have.
It's Rebel Spice, guys. What's up? I'm glad to be here. Back Moment on Clarity.
Back like I never left.
Back
Check,
like
holla at your boy.
Yeah.
You already
Let's
know.
go.
But I've been loving the traction of the Instagram page and I'm loving the conversation that we're getting with our listeners. Like somebody they sent a stiff, they was like, it was the best podcast I heard all year. And I'm not gonna lie, that made me feel really, really like good because I understand that on this podcast we have a lot of tough conversations and we address things that like a lot of people in Gen Pop don't want to talk about unless they're paying a therapist to talk about, you know? Or they don't want to talk about it unless it's confronted to them.
We go down the rabbit hole sometimes. So.
We do go down the rabbit hole sometimes. We stay surface, but sometimes we in the rabbit hole.
You gotta get there.
But I'm also liking the conversations or the DMs if that's like, yo, thank you for just talking about it. Or the conversations are just kind of like, yo, I appreciate you addressing that. So, we got a comment on our page literally right before we about to start. And the comment really just stuck with me because I really want to have her come on the podcast and talk about this because I think it's important, not just to express how you feel, but to have tangible things or the people that feel a way about things going on and see what they have to say. Yeah. So hopefully we can change things. So she says, I think men often overestimate whether or not they have safe spaces for women in the same way that white people often overestimate the safe spaces they create or hold for people of color. And it hit me because I'm like, I remember that racism was viewed differently within like my subconscious once I realized I was technically the middle-aged white man in sexism. Like I reached all the benefits and I kind of made it seem like it didn't affect me or I'm not better off for it and not making a change in it. Now I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm not saying I've done that yet, but the acknowledgement of it made me look at it a little bit differently. And I just think that we have grown up in a patriarchal society and it's important for us to live in the present of now. And let's stay in that space. So in the present of now, how was your weekends?
My weekend was pretty chill. My godson's here, so I was hanging out with my little 7-year-old godson, so that was cool. Learning like what these kids are into and honestly just how smart they are these days and well advanced.
Word.
I feel like.
That's a fact.
Yeah, definitely. So it was pretty chill.
Kids are like fucking amazing nowadays, bro. Yo, and I'm sure we were amazing as kids. So
that's a fact. Kids are so amazing. But one thing, I didn't know kids were so like hungry over food, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Like if there was a scale of like people that love food, I would say it's like women from the age of like 26 to 32. They're at the top of the list, right? Then you will have like kids in middle school. Then you will say like homeless people. And then I would say like the rest of the world,
well, they're growing children, so that's why we gotta.
So everybody that knows I'm a teacher, like I'm substitute teaching that, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I had this kid in my class and someone was bugging, bro. I mean, he was listening to drill music all day, like he's in class getting sturdy, like.
I feel him though, because I be waking up in the morning getting sturdy too.
I can't stop. I got ADD. I can't stop.
And what grade is this?
Yeah, this is sixth grade.
He probably don't got
grade.
ADD. He probably just needs to.
Now he don't got. I don't think he got ADD. I just think like it was mixed diagnosis. He's really smart. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there. I'm like, yo, bro, he's disrupting my lesson. Like he's destroying my lesson, like Deion Sanders did to NFL defense, like offenses, bro, throughout the whole 80s and 90s. Like he was destroying my whole lesson. Like I sat back. I got copies. I'm sitting there like my nigga. I'm about to give them the math of the math today, my nigga. Like I'm thinking I'm mathing more than mathing, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm like Einstein in this bitch, bro. The poetic Einstein, like dropping math gems on these motherfuckers, yo. But he in class just like, yo, mister, I can't stop. I can't stop. So I ain't gonna hold you. I went to Red Lobster for lunch, but I had two biscuits sitting on my desk, yo. So I walked up to him and I said, yo, listen, I'll make a deal with you right now. I'll give you 2 biscuits if you just calm down for the rest of the day.
That's crazy.
What?
Yo, that's crazy.
Red Lobster biscuits.
That's
better than what he was about to eat for lunch.
Yo, I
had a teacher offer me food to like pass the test. He's like, yo, listen, you don't have to come back to the class. Yo, just like pass the test, and I'll buy you Popeyes. Like,
yo, bro, you passed that test, didn't you?
Passed that test. Yo,
bro,
colors,
the way kids love food,
I love
yo,
food.
my son sat in the corner just like this, like he was like,
damn, they should have offered much more food. Like,
I feel like a bad person, bro. Like, you know,
honest class. I would have been in honest class.
You grabbed the kid.
I'm in psychological warfare. Like all the kids in my class right now that talk too much, I buy them ring pops. You know why?
So they have
genius. I don't care.
Listen,
yo, I buy all these kids ring pops, bro, because no matter what they do, they love the candy more than speaking, bro.
So you're a sugar dealer.
So I pacify them motherfuckers.
It's okay. It's okay. I think it's okay.
Honestly, there's a lot of
I had teachers throwing candy, bro. I'm telling you, this is not. Yo, that's old school, bro.
That's learning kids.
Giving me candy, bro.
I'm gonna keep it funky with you. The one lesson I learned from teaching so far is make sure your kids have school lunch and candy. Cause they clean the whole classroom for a Jolly Rancher, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
It's just easy.
Yo, I'm talking about sweeping. You got wipes. You got bro. They so organized and shit.
Bro,
pushing alphabetical order.
Adult people do some
for
shit
airheads
drugs,
and Jolly Ranchers.
How much candy are you buying?
That was our first drug.
Now?
I ain't gonna hold you.
Candy wasn't your first drug as a kid.
I understand the prison to school complex simply off of how in school candy is cigarettes in jail. Like yo, people do. Yo, you see how they be playing games. They be doing TikToks. Like I'm not even. Yeah. It's crazy. In school, like I love the kids. I'm not gonna say what I teach, bro, but I love the kids. They're amazing. But it's a different space. It's just trying to like trick them into learning.
Right.
And it makes me wonder, like, yo, are adults like that? Like, do we have to be tricked into not doing fuck shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like the difference now is like I feel so bad because I'm just kind of like, yo, okay, I bought him a Jolly Rancher to be quiet, but I bought her the Roof Chris so she can leave me alone. This feels something very similar.
Yeah.
This feels so similar.
It's that Jolly Rancher, man.
Jolly Rancher's way cheaper, man.
Yeah, but you're not a kid no more. That's the thing.
Nah, it's not cheaper because it creates a like a thought pattern in someone.
It does, but it makes me feel like, do we misuse dopamine hits? Like, do we keep on training people?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it's fucked up. Like when you think you're a child,
From young, that's what
you get stuff to shut up. You get stuff to like stop crying.
To graduate.
Like I feel like our parents, dead ass, bro. Our parents like gave us stuff because of what we did and not why we did it, and that's causing a problem right now. Like this world is narcissistic, fucking. All these catch buzzwords you want to use right now to talk about life right now. Yeah. This is why things are gone. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This is why the things are gone.
That's why I think
dopamine
people
fix.
should, look into their love language and,
Why do you hate love languages? Please explain why you hate love languages, man.
Because I feel like they use it to abuse people, like people's emotion, people's like, just abuse people.
What?
Like just like how people
explain.
Huh?
Hold on, stop.
Explain.
Hold on, wait. Stop.
Abuse.
If you are, hold on, can I get my Celino and Barnes on real quick? Chill, bro.
But
my nigga, can I do my commercial?
Do you think?
If you have been abused by love language, please call the number at the bottom of the screen. Because Moment of Clarity's podcast will give you reparations for all the love language abuse that you have felt. Because Chuck Wolf here has said love languages do not exist. They do not exist because we loved before languages.
Because we feel before we talk.
Oh my gosh.
I said we feel before we talk. 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 Come on, man. A baby was feeling before it was talking.
Alright, so what's the baby's love language?
Yo.
Food, bro. Honestly, seriously. Okay, hold on. What is the top?
Care of me.
What is the top commodity in the world? I think food solves everything, yo.
Touch.
Like no lie.
Touch.
I think food is more important than money.
Touch.
Like yo, food. Yo, you give somebody a good meal, they remember you for the rest of your life.
But touch. There's people that are miserable out there that live alone and they haven't been touched by anyone
bro,
for
but
years.
you ever had a good meal touch your belly? Yo?
Yes, that too. That's
Yo,
still touch.
It's still touch.
It's still touch.
What's the best meal that you didn't have to pay for by yourself?
Huh?
Like somebody else paid for it.
Come on, man. That's
I feel
so
like I
many.
had too many. Yeah.
Nah, but what's the best? I ain't gonna hold. Yo, it was real crazy. But I think it was like my 16th. I was 16. Yo, I had a quiz that day in school. Yo, my pops just started skipping in the hallway, bro. And I said, oh shit. Yo, my pops used to do the waviest shit. He used to come pick me up out of school when he had a day off of work. He's like, oh, fuck that shit, bro. We going to City Island. Like, we about to go out.
You know what?
He said, I'm about to go buy you shit.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
yo,
I'm
bro,
bugging.
we went to City Island and yo, we had like the seafood pasta, like linguine joint.
Damn.
Yo, when I didn't have to go take my quiz, and I'm like, yo, my niggas in class right now trying to cheat off the Skonex. Like, they on Skonex right now.
Trying to cheat.
Like, trying to
And
like,
you're in
talk to
City
each other.
Island.
And I'm in City Island right now, bro, with my pops. Like, just like, yo, like, fuck this shit, bro.
Right.
Yo,
That's the best. Your food is the biggest bribing tool in life.
All right,
bro.
true.
You're right. Because my mom brought me to like a Chinese buffet.
Yeah.
Yo, the first time. Oh my god. It was like unlimited wings. Ma, you're lying. I don't have to buy a plate. I could get more food.
Yo, bro.
Couldn't believe it. I
no
was
You
lie.
can't take it
fucking
home
astounded.
though.
Yo, but take it home. Niggas' bellies back then was Disneyland, bro.
Bro, when I see the honey wings, I was like, oh shit, unlimited.
My
Yo,
first time
all
having a
night,
bite
nigga.
of a turkey
Belly
leg
fill up turkey
in
leg.
Busch
Yeah.
Gardens, a smoked turkey leg.
In Busch Gardens.
Oh
Who
my
paid for it?
My best friend's parents. It
Wait,
was
big up the parents.
oh my god.
Yo, shout out to the friends that parents had.
Bro.
And they was like, I
Jesus.
got you, bro.
I got you and your
I don't know
friend.
what that is.
you ain't
I don't
like-
know
yo,
why
bro.
I went to your house and
Yo,
treated
bro,
me like that.
yo,
Like,
why'd you treat me so good? Like, you know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
god, I just know this nigga from middle school. I don't know this nigga. What kind of parents?
Yo, I thought I was
Yo,
so lit
keep it real.
in.
This is a sidebar, but like I ain't gonna lie. Some of my friends, shouts out to y'all, but real talk, shouts out to your parents because it was really
Yo,
your parents
bro,
that
your
sealed
parents-
the
That
deal.
fed you.
They sold the deal. I was
Yo,
like,
bro, I ain't
damn.
gonna hold you, bro. We was cool.
That 12th
but me-
birthday,
we
amazing.
was cool, but me and your parents was friends,
yo,
bro.
So what he
nigga.
was feeding y'all? What the parents' friends was feeding you?
Jerk chicken all day,
Yo,
blood
bro.
clot. Yo,
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
every time I went to bro's crib for a barbecue, the jerk chicken was always set up for me like I'm part of the family. Like,
Yo, no lie. Back in the day, I ain't gonna lie.
cousin Chuck.
I always was like, yo, he used to have enough money when he went to school to buy us both a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, that was me.
Damn.
I was buying everybody.
Yo, bro, you know how it felt? Like, yo, I can't count on my hands the amount of times I finished a sandwich in high school. Because if you bought food and you got to finish it alone, that means that you had no friends.
That's a fact.
If you had any stick or pack of gum and finished all of
Yeah.
them, you had no friends.
Damn.
Feel me?
If you bought Chinese food
Friends.
and your package
Bruh.
didn't get ripped in half,
Come on.
and you ain't gave
Come on,
no
man.
broccoli, no
Or
pork
chicken.
fried rice, or
Boom.
cut a chicken wing in half, you ain't have
You
no
didn't have to
motherfucking
be
went
my
half
friend.
on those 4 chicken wings,
You
bro.
didn't have
If
to
you
be
my
my
bro, we
friend
went
because
half
you're
on the 4
asking for some
chicken
gum.
wings.
Yo,
nigga.
you know what's crazy too?
If you my bro right
No,
now,
gum,
I'm
I'm
giving you some
asking.
fries, my
Yo,
nigga.
you know what's
Like, the
OD
fries,
crazy?
you
yo,
get it.
Yo, I see the shit. I tell you, food's the equity. I see the kids that's not as cool that I teach, right? When they pull up with the candy, yo, niggas like, yo, come, yo,
bro,
I ain't
come
give-
chill with us,
yo,
bro.
I,
Pull
yo,
up.
niggas like, I ain't give you that pencil in social studies, bro. I ain't give you that pencil in social
Bro,
studies.
come
Let
on.
me get that, yo. Let me.
Bullies.
I ain't gonna lie. When that Starburst came out of nigga pockets, I'm like, yo, bro, remember that time, nigga? Like,
Yo,
your
that
breath
shit
was
is-
kicking. You need that gum. Cause you know gum is crazy. You know when you had
Nah,
that
yo,
gum,
I'm not gonna lie
the
to you.
nigga with the gum had the most friends.
Yo, I ain't
friends.
start
And he was protected
I ain't
by
start
everybody.
chewing gum again since I started working in school again.
All the teacher
Cause
love
yo, I forgot how much gum wins, yo.
yo.
Damn.
Cause teachers fuck
Yo,
with
bro,
you.
I ain't gonna hold
Bro, I
you.
gave a gum to a teacher.
Nah, no
bro.
for this shit. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, son. There was some kid that you the other day, bro. I was doing bad, bro. I was doing bad. I ain't going to lunch.
Nah,
yo,
he
I'm
fuck with
sitting
you.
there. He walked up. He was like, yo, mister, you want to stick a gum? I was like, damn, this nigga right
Wait,
now.
so
bro.
you wanted to go because you was hungry and not because your breath was needed freshening?
Nah, both. Yo, I felt like it was bad. I
was
felt
hungry.
like, yo, nah, sometimes, be honest with you, it's like,
That kid was God, bro.
Yo, when you get older, you realize your empty stomachs may feel cool for like fasting, or you just kind of go through the process. When you don't eat, your breath kind of be smacked.
Hunger breath.
Yeah. Hunger breath is not a good thing.
Oh my God, that's dragon breath. That's
like
real dragon
air.
breath.
Yeah, that shit's not a good thing.
And when the dragon,
This is just my point that food controls everything. I don't think people understand.
That's a fact.
Like there's more people addicted to food than there's crack, fentanyl. Like your food, every time you go sit down and have a good time, there's some type of calories being taken.
Yeah.
Like food, you smoke food when you eat food when you're happy. You eat food when you're sad.
Yeah, I think I realized my bad, bro. It's funny that you say that because I think I realized food was wild when I realized it costs more than sneakers.
Yo,
and I said, bro, I don't even really need. I
food.
need food, bro. Why am I spending like $1.50?
Like food that's actually good for you, like
on the weekend,
you're right,
and I only bought
is,
1-2 plate.
That's a fact. All right, so do you think men or women love food more?
I don't know.
I think
I can't answer that.
we just need food to survive. We need food to feel good. It varies.
I eat.
They both being PC right now. I'm asking the people.
PC.
I'm asking the
bugging,
people.
nigga.
I'm asking the motherfucker. No, not you, Rob. The people. I'm playing PC.
Not you, Rob. But I don't know. Food. You need food to survive. You need food to love, to feel, to heal.
Well, all right. Speaking on my specific, I don't eat like to be happy. I eat to like literally to fill my stomach. Like, so I eat out of like literal like
so
this is a
women,
habit. Like it's not a habit. This is like
women.
a part of my like humanity.
Because maybe men are not. Yeah, maybe men are not eating that food to like really
just nourish.
You just eat it to consume and nourish
Yeah,
and get your mass. But women, you eating that to just make you feel good.
But I think women love to eat.
Crab legs?
Like, they love to eat for that and like.
Crab legs are the most purple. Like it has no purpose in life.
Yeah, women just love food.
It has no purpose.
Flavor.
I love them.
I feel.
But like, you ever had to go eat? Like, you ever had seafood and after you still have to go get something to eat, bro? Because you just like this wasn't like, bro. Like your belly was full, but it wasn't full, bro. Like it just wasn't.
Yeah,
you
probably got about like mad crab legs.
That shit light. I like. See, I like crab legs. I got French fries. Little baked potato.
The French fries is what saves you.
Some type of carbohydrates to kind of like fill up.
So food doesn't excite either of you?
Lobster tails.
Yo, listen.
That's what excites you?
No. Bro, I just eat food.
What you mean, nigga? Food is my what?
It excites me because when I'm hungry, like I need
food
it.
is a ride or bro. Food is a ride or die.
Thank you.
Nigga, I ain't gonna hold you.
Like I know people who eat food just to be like they'll eat food like as a satisfaction. Like it's,
I've been there. I've been that nigga.
So like everybody's different. Like I eat out of survival.
Nigga, but I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what's more fulfilling, a tracking number or Uber Eats is on the way. I don't know, bro.
I think tracking number.
I ain't gonna lie. Damn.
Fuck that.
I'm potting
You already
right
know
now.
your
I ain't
food
gonna lie.
coming
I'm
cold.
fucking potting right now.
Your food gonna come cold. He might not even come.
Yo, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, Uber Eats. When that shit say on the way, I be like, let's go.
I don't know. Yeah, you're so happy.
45 minutes.
Yo, bro, what you mean? How you think I got like this, nigga? I love food, nigga. Food and me.
I love food too, but I'm just saying, like, I'm like, yo,
matter of fact, I'll be honest, like, I feel like, okay.
That shit remind me of the microwave. Like, you know,
I hate the microwave
dancing.
Yo, what?
He's dancing for that microwave, boy.
My brother doesn't own a microwave.
Best moonwalk
I don't own a
ever
microwave.
seen.
I don't like
Because
microwave
he's
food.
like radiation.
Yeah, big man food, bro. If I'm warming my food back up, it's
He
back
back
on the
his
stove.
shit on the stove.
Yep,
I'm like,
back
who
on the
has
stove.
time for that?
Well, I'm a Jetson.
What you mean?
I don't love the microwave, but
I got time for that.
Damn.
Because my body needs that, bro. I'm not.
That's true.
I mean, at this point, you know what? Nowadays, I be using my I use my stove to warm up my food.
Yeah,
now.
yo, bro, don't lie. You ever warm your food in the microwave when the outside is like scorching and the middle is just still cold?
Yeah, that shit weird.
Like, yo, bro, like nothing in life does that. Like nothing natural will do that.
Nah, I learned that you gotta set that shit at 5, bro.
What? 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yo,
to get that
sometimes you
full.
put at 5 minutes, your plate feel like a mercury flying from the, like your bread should be dumb hot.
That's why you gotta put the mittens
That
on.
actually happened to me today when I was warming up some porridge this morning.
See, man,
you gotta keep.
I say my moment of clarity when I realized that I was addicted to food was when I realized that like when something good happens, I eat, and when something bad happens, I eat. And I was just kind of like, nigga, you just eat, like.
Right.
But I also like looking back, we had conversations in my family, like, not to like when things were like my mom and my pops were divorcing. Like my mom would like kind of overcompensate, like let's go out to eat or order Chinese food or let's go to Blockbuster and do certain things to kind of not make us feel like I guess the backlash of the divorce.
Right.
And I think so many times like we go back to like, especially like I'm saying I'm overweight, for people that are overweight, we look back to like what's our relationship with food. It's not just the aspect of like, okay, I'm hungry.
Right.
It's kind of like what's the feeling
To distract you.
Yeah, like if anything, like food is always consistent. Like no matter what, I know like 9 times out of 10, if I go to a certain restaurant, I'm gonna get that feeling.
Yeah.
Like if I watch the same movie, I'm the nigga that watched the same movie 3,000 times because I know, even though I know the ending, I know the ending is gonna still make me feel a certain way.
Right.
So I feel like what's my
But is that
attachment?
not like dopamine still in a sense? Like
It is.
something
It's an addiction.
rewarding
It's a
to
pattern.
you? Yeah.
It's a certain pattern of
Comfort
like.
foods and all
No,
that shit.
100%. Like like when I think about some of my happiest moments in life, I remember what I ate that day. When I think about some of my saddest moments in life, I remember what I ate that day too.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some of the irony is like even when I go to funerals, sometimes the first time I smile is when I start making my plate. That's the first time I kind of get back in a good mood when I start making the plate.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, you know?
Ooh, what auntie made.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so we have an emotional connection to food, but it's like, where did that come from? Does it come from more of a cultural aspect? Because do you have emotional connection to all foods or just?
It comes from gluttony.
Okay, talk on it.
Okay.
You know, like it you know, when it's just in abundance like this, you know, it's like when you know, when it's in abundance, you know, you just become real. You know, it's just
Greedy.
yeah, you're not eating strictly just to survive anymore. Like, because it's in abundance. Like,
But
you don't have to go chase it
But
no
we've
more.
also come so far from having to eat to survive.
There was a point where niggas like died when they went to go get
But hold on,
food.
have we though?
We never had.
Now it's
slaves
reaching a
for
place
years
where, you
didn't
know.
But
have food at abundance to say I'm gonna enjoy.
okay, I think a lot. This will become tough now. I feel like the food that we have in abundance now is not the authentic and real food.
Yeah. But
And due to that, now that we're under the illusion that food is in abundance, but everybody knows water and natural
Right.
foods
Everything
are
is
the biggest shortage
genetically
right now that's
modified.
going on in the world.
right.
GMO.
So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, are we going to kill ourselves like shortly every single day with what we're eating?
Yeah.
Or are we going to sit back and understand that, like, yo, like these things, no matter how much I got to pay for real chicken, I should pay for it
Right.
because I'm going to pay with it within my life.
Well, I think what happens is also we need farms. A lot of like we live in the East Coast. We don't have any like natural fresh produce or much advantage to that. Whereas people in California, you might live somewhere closer to a farm, you
And
get
then-
fresher produce
Which
or.
but no, we be having these
You can live in
greenhouses. Like, there's,
We don't have enough
we don't
to our
have enough.
advantage.
Yeah, most of our farms is factories anyway. So
Which is fine.
it's like,
Damn.
But we gotta keep it funky. But if we,
but that's just what it is though. Like they
no. But I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, not to cut you off. I learned probably like a calm 3 years ago. It is what it is because we made it.
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm saying,
Like
like-
it's kind of like if we spend our money with all the unhealthy foods, why would the people that actually make the real foods feel the need to go into that business because it's not profitable?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's we create the problem. Like,
Yes.
Trying to create a solution.
So
That
you
was-
are the problem.
Yeah, because like once you control the food, you control the people.
Okay.
Like, but that's where all of this started. It's like it creates so it's like you're eating for multiple reasons now. You're not just eating to survive. Like you know what I'm saying. You're eating more to like for everything, like to heal, to you know what I mean? Because
I'm gonna put this on solid.
Huh?
You gonna answer. You gonna put on solid. Put on solid.
hold on.
Pause. Press and hold.
Pause again.
Press and hold the red button.
Press and hold.
Press and hold until it blinks.
5, 4, 3, 2. See, I understand we have an abundance of things to eat, but do we have an abundance of food? And when I say food, I mean like I want my peas, bruv. Like, do we have an abundance of the things that's gonna nourish our body, minds, and souls to be and get what the fuck we want out of life?
Definitely not.
So I just like I remember like I had some saying probably like 4 years ago. It's like I'll never sell crack to my mother, but I order her Chinese food.
That's the same shit. There's crack in the Chinese food too.
But do we
Not
realize
crack,
that though?
but chemical. like
Yeah, because niggas definitely clapping
soy
Chinese.
sauce
bro.
has so much
Still.
sodium in that shit.
You know that, but I ain't gonna hold you. There's two things that in my neighborhood, and I'm gonna say that have never ever had a drought, a shortage, or anything. That's the liquor store,
And the
that's
Chinese
the deli,
spot?
and that's the Chinese spot.
Facts.
I don't care what recession is going on. I don't care how bad niggas not getting jobs. 4 chicken wings and pork fried rice has always been at a demand.
Or fries.
And the
Substitute
fries
the
from
rice
the
for fries.
Chinese restaurant, that's a fact.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like Chinese food fries used to really be amazing. season.
Boy, with the barbecue sauce
After school?
all over
I can't do
and
it.
you
I ain't gonna-
you shake the container.
I can't do it no more. I walk in a Chinese food spot. I smell that shit, bro.
Your
like,
stomach turn.
Yo, my stomach
Belly
start
flip
turning,
wrong.
bro.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's
Too
a
much
fact.
of a good thing is, too much of something is never a good thing. And we grew up on that shit.
Yeah, I think that shit.
Most
like,
of
when you
us.
stop, like when you purge yourself from that, you just smell that shit again, like all that oil,
What do you-
grease.
All right. So, what do you think is the most toxic food that you digest physically, spiritually, and mentally?
I don't know. I don't want to say that. It might
Physically?
be offensive. to some.
Nah, talk your shit.
Physically,
Okay.
What's that question?
What do you think is the most toxic thing you used to digest physically, mentally, and emotionally? Like, I'll start. Like, okay, I have a gummy bear addiction.
Okay.
I eat gummy bears and lifesaver gummies to the point that is horrible. Like, I mean, like fruit snack wrappers falling out of jeans, like in the wash type bag. You know what I'm saying?
I think I would have a couple of things. I think I have like an addictive personality where like I have a phase where I go through where I want this for so long and then I'll switch it up and do just one thing and overdo it for so long. So I would have a few things.
I just name some few that could be on. You know, just what you think.
If I die, I'll probably die from eating too much bacon or plantain. I eat
All right.
plantain.
There's levels to this shit. Bro. There's levels to this shit, right?
I love bacon.
There's no such thing as eating too much plantain.
Yes,
bro.
there is.
Yeah,
It's me.
there's never
I'm a
no-
tur-
oh, yeah.
I'm-
That's why I kinda was
would
looking at it.
turn
I was like,
into
wait, hold on.
plantain.
which plantain
If I
you
could
talking
have
about?
every
bro.
meal with plantain, I used to
You
get tight because I didn't have plantain.
supposed to. That's
go
that.
for your
Let me tell you something.
That's
pancakes.
that Jamaican shit. Your
Your
plantain.
bacon,
Which
your
no,
eggs,
but
no
nah, but
plantain
then
that
this is
I
the
have.
Give me
most
my
important
avocado.
question.
You know
This
what I'm
the mo-
saying? Give me my pear.
But nah, this is the most important question with the plantain though.
What?
How you usually like it fried though? Like
Fried
how you
plantain,
like,
boiled
how you like
plantain.
it? Do you like when it's soft and a little
Baked.
crispy?
Yo,
When it's
I'ma
kind of
keep it-
mushy?
I'ma
Or do
keep
you
it-
like when it's like
I'm gonna keep it funky,
right
bro.
there?
Every
Like
kind
I'm a
of
plantain
plantain.
connoisseur, bro.
but
Like,
you gotta
nah.
answer my
No,
question.
Every-
Which
you
one
can make
fucking
a-
with, bro?
No.
This is not going to be a good.
You fucking with the boiled plantain?
Bro. Listen, yo, the boiled plantain. When you got some,
Dumpling,
ackee
boiled
sauce,
dumpling.
bitch, dumpling, like, yama banana. What?
See, food
Blood
excites.
clot. Man is a yo,
on.
the man is a genius, you know.
So yes, the food excites you.
Somebody give him a blood clot
oh, the
diploma.
food
Cause man a
excites
me.
plantain
The
genius.
food
Fire.
excites me, bro.
Blaze.
Yo, bro, fire. What you
Yeah.
mean? Yo,
Yes. But I saved myself though.
listen. Honestly, I do like food. All right, this is. Matter of fact, I'll be honest. This is the toughest part about it. Right, men's love food, right? But I also feel like men's lose the love for food because they know, especially like I know bros that got kids and got wives. I got bros that got girlfriends. Got
And they can't
so, bro,
cook?
not even they can't cook. They be like, yo, I want a certain type of food.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to literally pay for everybody to have that food tonight. So they be like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna go get something that's more reasonable right now because I'm really not trying to wear the fact that I gotta pay for everybody to eat this shit.
Right,
tonight.
right.
That sucks. That leads me
I think
to
M&M's is my thing.
what kind of food are you gonna
M&Ms?
introduce
Yeah.
your kids to? Are they gonna grow up on baby foods, or are you gonna introduce them and widen their palate to like what you're eating? Because I'm seeing kids order crab legs, and I'm like, little nigga, you got crab leg money?
Honestly,
But-
I think that's tough because I don't have kids.
Me either,
But one thing I have seen though is that when I get there, I'll address it. I think when I get there, I'll address it.
I'm not there
Because now how I
either.
feel right now, I have my own viewpoints. And one thing I realize is, and I've seen everybody and all my friends that are parents go through it. Like whatever the fuck you think you about to do before this shit happens, throw that shit out the window. Because it's like it's not exactly what that is though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Stay true to your integrity and your plans of who you are, but also understand that the same way that you were a child. And even though your child may seem so young, they're also a person developing who they are and
That's
their
a
feelings.
fact.
So you can't get too caught up in this blueprint of what you want them to be.
Yes.
Because it may make you not love them to the fullest potential of who they want to be.
Get to know your child.
So I think that's something that I see a lot. So that's
as
why
the person that they're
and that they
growing
are.
to be.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I'm not there yet, but based upon what the conversations I've had with my friends that are parents and associates I've had that are parents, it's more one of those kind of things where it's like, yo, like
they're paying attention to what.
yes,
they're-
you're more of a manager. You know what I'm saying? You're not the like
Yes.
you're more managing the career. Like, you going a little bit too left.
That's
You
a
going a
good
little bit too right.
observation.
Like, and I feel like we were more caught up in a sense where like, nah, our parents were
The owners.
dictatorship. Like, no,
Yeah.
on
You're gonna do this.
you're on your roster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I own everything.
What you
Nigga,
mean you're not like this?
nigga, the air
Eat
you
it.
breathe, I own it. Like
Right.
the food. What the food you just ate? nigga, the thought in your mind that you just thought about me, I own it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had parents that was just on that.
Yeah.
And I think now we're more kind of like, all right, let me try to make them develop who they are.
But that's also because of how our parents raised us.
Yeah, because
we didn't have that balance of them even trying to get to know the person per se that we
were,
think, but more so what they wanted us to be. So now I feel like our generation is more open to paying attention to who that child is.
Yeah.
You know, their many interests, what they're drawn to, and kind of molding that, like you said, and managing it in a way.
Yeah, so they don't gotta spend all them fucking years and hours in therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like, how about you just avoid that now? Like, you know. So I think,
love
to be
that.
honest,
Growth.
most of my early I'll say from the time I was born to probably about at least 22. I think the day that I quit football is the day that I stopped thinking about what I wanted my dad wanted me to be.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You said
like,
what age?
Like 21.
Okay.
Like 21 when I quit football. Like I literally, bro, I was in practice and I was like on the team. I was going through camp and I was like, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
Like, it made me realize that just like,
had you been feeling that before and was ignoring it?
OD. Like I was a star of my high school football team, captain in 10th grade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's crazy.
like man's ran things. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still got the most starts in South Bronx history. I started as a freshman.
Still battling. Like, I don't know if I really want to do this.
Yeah, but you know what it was? It's a different feeling you get. Like when my dad put up to the games with his friends, like the type of joy in his eyes, I don't think like nothing else I've ever did gave him the kind of that.
Okay.
Right.
Probably till now, like when he see me perform and things like that, or me being an author. But like I think that we have so much of a culture like when we grew up of our parents kind of like I'm watching the show the show on HBO the Lakers Showtime it's a show called Showtime on HBO about the Lakers. And Magic Johnson makes it to the league, and his mom is kind of disappointed in him and not saying that she's going to finish school. But she goes to her friends and she gloats. And she brags about all the stuff that he does. I feel like I grew up in that time, too, where it's like, yo, you could do all this and make you good. No, I know it went down the road.
I'm alive.
No, you good. You
Oh, my
good.
God.
You good. You gonna keep that, too. You gonna keep that whole shit.
Fuck it.
Nah, but in the time where it's like your parents like yo, they'll tell their friends all the dope shit that you do, but call you a waste man, bro.
Dead ass to your
Yo,
face.
your parents will be like, yo, what are you doing with your life? I can't da-da-da. And then once you leave, like, you know, I'm just writing that book, and then I'm go on and tour around, go on
Yeah,
and
What is
like,
that about?
yo,
Our
it's
parents like showing, wanting to show us off.
Yo, they show you off to everybody else, but look at you like you the worst thing that ever happened to them, bro. And I just be like, yo, like I think we don't need to live in that space.
You
no
didn't
more.
do it exactly how they wanted you to do it, and so that's why.
I'm gonna call my grandmother out. Like I remember, like sitting back, like if she bought my brother a car, didn't buy me no car. She said, "You go to school for accounting and go to this school. I pay for all your school." I said, "I ain't doing that." She didn't send me no care package.
Oh,
I pull up to that nigga spot in Syracuse. He get Nike this, Adidas this, Reebok this. This nigga got everything. I'm like, and he looking at me like, oh, I'm like, oh, where you get this from? He didn't want to tell football. He didn't want to tell me because he knew once I left, I was calling and raising hell. Like nigga, I was selling nutcrackers in college just to make money, and my brother was sponsored by the woman that gave birth to our father, but they ain't send me nothing. And yes, I pray I heal, but I ain't there yet.
damn, grandma.
I ain't there yet.
It's okay. It's gonna help mold him and shape him.
You gonna get there, bro. You gonna get
Everything's a lesson.
Okay, so what do you feel like spiritually that you necessarily like digest that's toxic for you?
Internet.
The internet.
Okay.
Woo. Woo.
Because I live true to like who I am, you know, like at least to whatever I believe I am. So it's kind of like when I see things, like I don't know how to put on false ears, you know. For those who know me, know like I don't know how to do it. Like it's not easy, you know. So like when I'm on the internet and I like, you know, if I see an individual that I know like and they're like talking about things, I'm like, wait, hold on, I've never even like it used to affect me a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, bro, that's not even like how you like. I don't recall you ever like moving like this.
I mean, in real life,
this way. Like even like you know when like young ladies like would like, you know, move a certain way on the internet, but then like see me in person and it's like, oh, like hey, what's up? And it's like, oh wow, like I mean, I didn't think you cared because I actually hit you up to see how you were doing the other day, but you know. But it's like I stopped caring because I understood like, yo, like that's just what's going on. Everybody's living the whole, you know. But I'm like, I'm still not used to it. But I just kind of, that's why I just stick to myself and what I believe in.
You saying everybody's living a facade?
Yeah, like I'm not.
Yeah, everybody's an illusion.
I mean,
So like
yeah,
I used to allow it to like
world.
I used to digest it, and I still digest it sometimes. I realize it's like tampering with my like feelings and my soul and shit.
No, that's real shit. Honestly, I feel like everybody kind of got a split personality. It's been more. I feel like it's more kind of celebrated now in the sense of like artists and Instagram name, Twitter names. Everybody kind of got stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'll be honest with you, like there's a difference between Cito, Donnie, and Donovar. Like there's a balance between all three of them.
Yeah.
And they have different spaces. And to be honest, some of them were created for survival mode. Right. Some of them were created in spaces where it's kind of like, yo, this version of you will not survive in this space.
Okay.
Right.
But you don't want to lose this version of you either.
Yeah.
Right.
So either you transition all the way to this person, or you find a space where you're like, you know what, you got to turn this, like you got to turn it on right now.
It's a good balance.
Yo,
Yeah.
I think I kind of, I credit this to you. I think like, like I kind of got over it more, because I always remember when we went to that show and, like they were calling you your real name. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck? I kind of felt the way about that because I'm like, bro, like how they going to hire you for like who you are?
Put
Like,
some
and,
respect on.
they're not
Cito
like, they're not
Blanco.
calling you what like they should call you for that. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't hire you to be like,
Yeah.
And you was like, yo, bro, I get you. And you even told me like, yo, keep being that way, bro. But it's like, yo, listen, like sometimes you can't be Chuck Wolf. You feel me? Like it's
That's
like
true.
there's gonna be times where you gotta
when to turn it on and turn
this,
it off.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. It's
I took that, I understood. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's just weird, to see it being done like so just like willy nilly now. Because like more so I understand it because seeing it in real life is different on different from the internet because you can ask somebody why they're doing it.
Yeah, like kind of like what that. Long as
versus like you're on the internet, you seeing somebody doing that, and it's like when you ask them, it's like they literally answer you, but like they answer you like who they are on the internet, not like who they are.
But to me, I think
know what I'm saying?
I actually genuinely love the internet, even though it's scary sometimes. But from the simulation of real life, the only thing that I don't like from the internet that I care about a lot in real life, in the sense of conversations, is looking at somebody in their eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff that is said that would be different in this world if you had to look that person in their eyes when you had to say that or do something.
That's our first form of communication. Well, yeah,
it's
like
body language. I think
not social media communicating through the net, but it's body language, eye contact, all of that to really get to the truth of what an individual is saying. So I feel you. Like once you don't have to really stare people in their eye,
it's a different type of
basically show whatever.
Even though like if I had to recreate love languages, I would say sharing memes on social media is my love language, or sharing like videos. But I think the best thing I like about that, in the sense of like getting to know somebody, is like what do they notice in the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can share a video and everybody has different viewpoints of what they see. Like, certain people be watching, like, back in the day, used to watch the World Star videos, niggas getting beat up. And certain people was watching, like, oh, he had the hammer. Certain people was like, oh, he ran away. Or certain people was like, oh, he knew he was about to duff him. And you could kind of tell, like, and read certain things. Yeah. But I feel like you being able to read those things come from real life situations. Mm-hmm. Like, certain people don't know when to, like, y'all gotta get up out of here. Like, I have a certain feeling, like when I go places, and maybe it's still a trauma, people be like, yo, certain things start happening. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was at brunch probably like 3 years ago. We had brunch in the city. People start fighting. People start wilding. I got bros that smiling like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm out of here. And to me, I'm just we have different experiences. You find this amusing. Right. Yeah. I've seen this go wrong too many times. And the fact that you're just there for no reason, and then later on, he's like, yo, I'm just gonna fight with the Uber driver and the person behind me. I'm like, yo, bro. When that frequency's in the air,
that's the tourist in you being grounded and knowing when to just. That's the energy that you always.
That's what his his soul digested.
Yeah, like he
took in that was.
And that's some real. So to me, I think so many times, like so many people, like it's messed up because more black people are not from urban areas or a lot of areas that are classified as urban or cultural or whatever the case might be in America. So I feel like that gets glorified so much that I see white people like paint black people with that image, kind of like, well, you're from the hood, you're from this, you have to act a certain way. I think that's fucked up too. Mm-hmm. But I think it's also fucked up on all the people that feel the need of, once they get a chance to go to these places when they're grown-ups, to kind of get the superficial society black experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see somebody get shot, or I got a friend that throws up gang signs in front. Like, I've seen people kind of want to kind of tap into. I'm like, yo, that shit ain't fun, bro. Like, that shit not cool.
Not a thing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a thing. Like, I've still seen people trying to get that.
Yeah, that's wild.
I want to be on a block. I want to. Like, it's kind of like, that shit not fun, man.
That's a trauma response.
It is a trauma, and the wild part about it is so many people have this experience when you're younger.
Yeah.
And then you trying to get out of that, and there's people that get older and try to to come back and experience it or try to feel that. And
They're
I'm
trying to disassociate, and they're trying to associate.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, yo, bro, like,
yeah, we're above that now.
Shit, like, you should understand the frequency that's in the air. Like, yo, like, 9 times out of 10, when shots fired, like a calm 5 minutes before them shots fired, I felt like, all right, shots about to fire.
Yeah.
You could feel it in the air, and some people get excited about it.
It's
not
electricity.
everybody's paying attention. Not everybody is.
It's electric. You know, we're electric, so, you know, we feel that. Like, we around each other, we partying. So, you know, it's like when you go inside a party, it's like you feel that it's a good vibes. Like, when you see everybody dancing.
And you see the smiles.
You see the smiles, you notice a certain
vibe that comes off. That's a fact.
But what about the people that are under the influence of shit and they're just not
so,
like...
So when you feel that
yo,
negative charge, you just feel it.
To that point, excuse me. When you're under the influence, I'm a strong believer, whatever was in your mind, whatever self-defense mechanism you had, whatever thought process you had, just excel. They just go to a further level. Because I'll be honest with you, when I'm high in them certain spaces and I feel that shit, my brain goes deeper in the rabbit hole. I start looking at every person that walks in, their movements, their hand placements. Like I start looking at all the small things.
So it's like,
story time.
Yeah, so...
Story time,
so
New Jersey.
New Jersey? What happened in Jersey?
Remember?
Hold on, remind me.
Matrix moment.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
And remember, and it was me and you, and we was like, yo, what's going on?
Oh, shit.
And like
That was
everything
Smacked?
stopped. Nah,
That
he was
wasn't
sober.
Smacked?
He was
Oh.
sober. And we couldn't believe what was going on. We couldn't believe it. Like,
Yes, we actually caught ourselves in
When was this?
oh my God.
2 years. What? That
was like 3-4 years.
Yeah, Spanish things were real.
Yeah.
That's how you remembered when it was
And we
the
saw-
Spanish things.
And we seen the step, and it was like, oh, this is about to be step. Yeah. That's
Are
when
you
we realized we
gonna
went into
tell
the
the story
vortex.
or
We was
not?
like, oh, nah.
Okay, so what happened was like I booked for the show. It was in Jersey, small town. You know what I'm saying? Small town, like one police station, one pizza spot, one school, one
Smell
gas
nice.
station, one ice cream spot. I don't know how you pay your rent just selling
Red
fucking
flag,
ice cream all
red
day.
flag.
But anyway, that was it. So we pull up and like no lie to you, like I'll do the first performance. I know Shorty, right? Then we go in there and it feels like what was it? Bring It On. It feels like Bring It On in the sense that like all these white girls pull up. And I'm not, listen, I have my feelings. That's like, it's my podcast.
Fuck
I'm on a
that.
PC, it's my podcast.
Yeah, fuck that
shit.
What the hell
I
y'all doing out there?
I had a problem with white girls twerking. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, that's
think
not
you should
y'all,
twerk.
like,
I
that's
just,
not
at the
y'all
day, I'm a man. I can't speak on like women's problems, but more matter of fact, I can't speak on black women's
That's not
problems.
y'all fault.
I used to have a problem with white women twerking. I'm just kind of like, yo, the image
Y'all
got
wanna
painted towards
take
black women,
everything-
like,
everything
I can't
y'all
do
try
that
to
shit.
take?
But anyway, so it felt like Bring It On, right? So I go in there and like I see like eight or nine white girls from like high school. They got like the all black. They got the braids. They got Timberland boots on.
Bro,
They got the ripped jeans.
Remember though,
Is this a club?
they announced it. It was about to happen. So me and Cito, we like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
step on.
yeah,
Like, you
so
think
they
we about
came
to
there to
see like, you know?
They came in to perform, so
Yeah.
they announced it on some like, yo, bro, like they about to step, they about to do their thing.
But
So
we
I'm-
didn't see who they were at first.
yeah, I didn't know who they were.
Oh,
so
so
they,
you just heard the step group was coming out.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh,
you
so
didn't
when
know.
they start stepping, I'm like, and I'm not gonna hold you, they
Not
wasn't
one
whack.
black chick?
No, they wasn't whack. They was actually killing it. But to me, it was just heavy on the like I've seen this before. I felt this before. Like honestly, like even if y'all
Imitated.
came up with this whole routine by yourself,
Yo, bro.
it's
original.
not like this is not your energy.
It wasn't original.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't, and that's when it felt like yo, I'm in the fucking Matrix.
Yo,
right
because
now.
I stood there.
Because we were just like, yo, what is happening
Yo,
right now?
'cause-
Like everything in me is supposed to like this, but why don't I?
Bro,
Yeah.
I was standing there and I looked over to Cito and I said, yo, Cito, yo, you feel that, bro? And he was on some, bro.
Just uneasy.
Yeah,
Because you
bro.
guys like things that are
bro.
authentic.
And it's
I
messed up
just
to me
couldn't
because
get
it's
with
kind of
it.
like
I was just like,
I have no
this is
problem with Anglo-Saxons. I have a lot of Anglo-Saxon friends. I like no whatsoever. Like I've spent 16 summers in Vermont with an Anglo-Saxon family that has helped me in
Yeah,
many
big up
different
the Anglo
ways.
them,
And
big
they
up the
cool
Anglo.
and they dope. And I appreciate Miss Cliff and like she's like one of my second mothers. To be honest with you, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's kind of like sometimes like. We like to be diverse. We'll go to different parties, have a lot of different artist friends.
Right.
And we'll stop by, and once we get to these spaces, like, we'll start to see them move and start to, like, have a good time. And then when I start to see it, I'm just kind of like, yo, does it feel authentic sometimes? Like, it feels like you're
I
literally...
should be doing this. It's
like,
forced.
you feel like a clone. You feel like a simulation to a certain extent. It's kind of like you
definitely
went to a
forced.
software and you said, all right, let me download Black Brooklyn hipster guy in Brooklyn and then let me download that and go to a party and do it. And that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and I'm not
you know
knocking.
what it looks like? They look like Sims. You ever see the Sims dancing?
They do look like Sims. You know what I'm saying? Extremely look like Sims. And it's like, I went to a party last night, and I was just like, yo, listen, I got mad cool white friends. I'm just being honest. But then they, like, I see it like, like white dudes have this, like, once they get to the party, they have their move. Like, this is the move that they do once they get to the spot. So they just walk in this shit, they see the vibes, and they just hit like a, or they just hit like a,
what's that about though?
Yo,
what is this?
They dance to 1-3-2. They dance to 1-3, not even a 1-2.
Some of the white niggas be walking in, they got the head bob, they got the.
It's like, oh man, what's the fuck,
and it's
man?
funny because in that moment, I'm sorry, I'm a people watcher. I watch people.
Me too.
So then,
I was doing
I'm
that
sitting
shit on the
there,
train.
bro, and then like my friend, I tap my friend, and he's just like, yo, I said it to him, and he just starts dying because every white dude after just came in with his own bop, bro, like his same bop.
Assimilation.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Us, when we pull up on the party, we all pull up like we the freaking Black Panthers. Niggas pull up, don't say nothing, don't smile, not nothing. There's not one good part of our frequency like at all. Like until we hear a song that we like. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like black dudes act like the B-boys in the 1980s. Like you know, like B-boys ain't dancing till the best song came on. Like I feel like black dudes walk in spots like yo.
They smooth,
like,
they fresh.
It's gonna take something for my wall to go down, and we're gonna figure out what it is.
That's a fact.
Now it may be a shorty. It may be this drink, it may be this spliff, or maybe the tune. Or maybe all four at the same time. But until then, my brim is low, my fit is clean, and I ain't doing nothing I don't want to do.
But again, I gotta big up my boy Marley Mar, big up Cito, you already know the vibe, man. I ain't gonna lie, every flex we hit up, every flex I felt good. I started feeling like that white dude where I'm like, oh, hey, yo, that's you? Like just laughing about nothing. I wasn't even laughing. I didn't know it was funny. It just felt good. Like every vibe, like I'm like, wow, this is like,
a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. So it's like, I think a lot of times, it just took that. It's just like, you just got to go there. You just got to go to that. Like, you got to, because sometimes I think we be knowing, like, don't go to that vibe.
But that says a lot, though, in the sense of, like, it's like a mentality. Because you're able to tap into the, like, I'm here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think the best walk-in song ever is, everybody move your body, let's do it.
That's a fact.
That's your walking song?
Something that's gonna make you everything change, play that song. Oh my.
So that's gonna get you.
Yo, shout out Zane, man. Shout out, Zane.
On and on and on.
No, John A.
Like, honestly,
how you say it?
Zane.
Zane. Excuse me.
I think my.
I think it's John A.
Is John A?
Okay, John A. We gonna make sure we gonna put it in the. Honestly, my perfect walk-in song is.
You know who I'm talking about. I love y'all. Your music is amazing. Make me feel good at work.
It's between This Is How We Do It and Return of the Mac.
You said what? Say that again.
My favorite one, I think like my ideal walk-in song is just like Return of the Mac, man. I just think that's just one of them songs that just like for me is just either that or this new song by Koji Radical, Silk. We just playing that shit like I feel like silk, smooth.
So next time you walk in the ring, we gonna play that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good song. I like that.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I'm still thinking about throwing a birthday party or a birthday dinner. If I throw a birthday dinner, I'm walking in on that. Like honestly, like that's how I'm walking in. I'm
trying to think like what's mine,
three-pieced up. Like that's just.
You know what? I listen to too much drill or too much gangster shit because I like my shit is ESTG Ball Forever.
Ball Forever. That's you walking on. That's the Ball Forever.
Yo, I just fuck with Ball Forever. It made me feel like, like, yeah, nigga.
I hear that. What's your walking song? When your own tunes?
I be singing my own shit.
I'm walking on my own shit. Fuck out of here.
Walking on my own shit. I don't know what I would pick though. I got a few that I could juggle up. Maybe Envy. But that's mad vain, I feel like. But fuck it. Bitches be envy.
Let's get it. Talk your shit.
Bitches
just
be
like
envious.
Alright, hold on. What was the question that I had? We went on like the 10-minute rant. Okay, for me, what I think I indulge in that's toxic for me spiritually is porn.
Okay.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I just started like.
Yo.
I caught myself, man.
Yo, that shit.
A weekend.
Yo, bro.
Oh, God.
No
like
more
no
Sweet Pussy Saturdays.
Yo, cause it's. I think at first, like the relationship with porn when you're younger is more like fuck. I shouldn't be doing this shit. Then it kind of becomes like when you get older, kind of like a different community. When you realize, oh shit, like, I'm not the only one doing this shit.
Yeah, fuck it.
You know what I'm saying?
Subscribe.
And then I ain't gonna lie, I got
Hey, you subscribing?
All right.
Hold on, dude. I ain't gonna lie. No, this is
Yes,
shit.
women subscribe to
No,
porn.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, this is when I knew that men and women was different. Our porn selections.
subscribe.
Yo, bro, niggas will bootleg porn to the day we die.
Yeah, what?
Yo, women be paying for the subscriptions and they be want to get the emails and the Twitter pages and figuring out what she did today.
You know what used
like,
to
they be
have,
wanting
you know?
depth, bro.
Big
They
up
be
Spank
wanting the
Bang.
whole
Big up
depth, bro.
SpankBang.com.
Like, yo, they don't want no spank bang, no X videos. They don't want no
Or
shit
like
freaky.
Spank
Anime
They don't
Bang.
want none of that shit.
Anime porn.
See, you want
Because, you know,
You said what?
the storyline. Yo, women love the storyline.
I
Yo,
like
porn?
the storyline. I like it. Porn is comical to me.
see, women
Like,
love the
not
storyline.
the
Yeah, it is
anime,
funny. It is
bro.
funny.
But, like, if
I don't
you
need no story. Hold on, I think a comedian said that shit. He said, yo, speaking of porn,
porn
is the
is
easiest
hilarious
shit. Yo,
because it's
for one,
overacting.
whoever creates the thumbnails for porns is a genius.
Yeah.
You are a genius.
What
Because
about the title?
no, it's not a title. Yo, hold on, you read titles?
Thank you.
It's
Oh.
thumbnail then title.
Yeah,
To me,
thumbnail
it's
then title.
Thumbnail then title. Are you a title then thumbnail?
No.
People, are you a thumbnail then title or title then thumbnail? Please call the number at
You're
the
gonna
bottom
see
of
the
that.
thumbnail first.
Comments.
We don't have a
Comments.
number, but
You
please
read, hold on,
comment.
time out. You read porn comments?
Cause I want to know like the review.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait,
Yo, the
on
more
the
dirty
site.
the comments, the more like, yeah, nah, we should watch this one.
Time out.
Yeah.
No,
you should watch
because,
it.
no,
What type of mood you
That
in when
doesn't matter.
you looking at comments right
No.
now?
Nah, the comments be funny as shit. Who never watch comments, bro? Come on, you on
But
YouTube, you
everyone's
start
gonna
reading
digest
comments.
it
At first, when I went
My
on
nigga,
YouTube,
you want X videos and read the comments, my
fuck
nigga?
that, fuck that.
them shits is funny. And
Everyone's
Spank
gonna
Bang
digest
comments
it
is right under there. You don't gotta click the comments tab. It's right there. It's like,
Yeah.
Thumbnail,
I want
then
to
the
review.
title.
Like maybe.
Alright, hold on, no slackness,
Then
no
how
slack.
long it is.
Look at it, you said what?
Thumbnail, title, and how many minutes it is.
nah, you see you
Look
bugging
at
because you gotta
minutes.
use category, bro.
Yeah.
There's categories.
Categorize?
Why not?
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie, these algorithms be hitting. Them niggas know what I want. Like, I put them on the desktop.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Niggas ready
I
to
put
go,
new,
bro.
I put new, and I put 20 minutes, nigga. 10 minutes.
I put
Nigga,
trending.
You put in categories like
You
you
put a
shopping,
time
like you
limit?
buying clothes.
Because I don't want to see nothing I don't want to see. Come on, you know if you just
I'ma
leave it
start
like that, you
filtering
click black women, and it's not, you know, it's not what you, it's not the black
I'm
women.
gonna
you-
start filtering.
I
it
click
with the
trending
minutes,
because
and
I want to
like
know
do
like
that.
what's
I filter
popular.
with the minutes.
No, he says he does that, but I'm gonna try that because
I put new and put minutes. 'Cause I want to see what the
34
new
minutes.
porn is out, nigga. Oh, word.
I like
New
old
bag
porn.
busters.
You like old porn?
Yeah, where it's like
You don't got your go-tos?
Nah,
Nobody got
bang busters
go-tos?
funny
No,
as shit.
I
I
got
watch
go-tos.
bang bust and laugh. I
That's
don't even. I can't even do nothing to bang bust because it's hilarious. Like, 'cause I can't believe this
Yeah,
is.
this is
I
an
still go on
interesting
RedTube.
topic.
Yeah.
Hold on, so why do you pay for porn?
No, I don't pay for.
Why do
porn.
women pay
You
for
said
porn?
subscribe
I
earlier,
was making a joke.
which I wondered
Okay,
what
why,
was going
do
on.
not pay
why,
for
why do you think women pay for porn?
Women pay for porn.
I don't know.
Come on, they
You
like.
have people that
they-
just like
they
paying
need,
for shit. If
you
I
know?
don't gotta pay for it, I
You
ain't
need the
paying for
HD.
it.
Okay, have you ever watched porn with your partner?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who introduced it first?
Me.
Me.
Oh, damn, we got the freaks on this side. Okay, copy.
That don't make you freaky. It's just intriguing. I
Yeah,
think.
me.
Like,
Listen, I'm the last person on earth that should be talking about freaky. You know what I'm saying? I already know that.
Yeah, yo, listen.
So I already, you know what I'm
oh, so
saying?
you were
It's
including
hilarious.
yourself when you said the.
Oh
freaky
no, I
side.
most
Got
definitely
it,
included
got
myself.
it,
I ain't gonna lie.
got it.
Like, man, I can't even. Fuck it. Yeah, shit. Okay, cool.
Back to the
So
porn.
yeah, back to the porn shit. Because right now there's a going joke where it's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, how somebody, she calls me Amazon Prime. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what that means.
He's Mr.
Alright, bro,
Amazon.
I'm a man. Fuck it, man.
Story
Alright,
time.
you know what? No, no story time. No story time.
I can tell you what I
Okay, so-
interpreted from that.
What?
No,
you interpreted
no,
from it?
I don't want.
Okay, I'll just simply say this, right? There's a certain period of time when, like, growing up, I felt like that women, at times didn't like celebrate their sexual liberation. So as they started to walk down this path, of I felt like they were liberating themselves. A lot of time they would ask for me to walk with them on that journey.
So he's like,
So-
I'll help.
So as I walked with them on that journey, we just explored certain things that they always wanted to necessarily explore, but they didn't feel comfortable around.
And so you
other
was Mr.
partners they've had.
Amazon Prime.
So I was the person that would necessarily just provide them with certain things they always wanted to have, but they
Next
want to
day
buy themselves.
delivery.
And I get sent a nice little packet to their house, and they can tap in and do what they want to do.
Next
9 times out
day
of 10, the colors of them has also match like the settings in their rooms. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Wow.
color intelligence matters as well.
Did you
Not just
pay
for,
attention to that, or did they?
Wow.
Like,
And I pay attention to that. Like no lie, her walls were purple.
But you know, I did what I had to do.
but you didn't have Prime.
Huh?
You didn't have Prime. Next day delivery, sir.
Nah, because we buy it right there, man.
Oh.
But go out of the store.
Oh, you pulled up in the store. Okay, you using Spencer's?
On
Huh?
site.
Using Spencer's?
No. No. I was in so yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yo,
You was on 42nd Street in the back.
I know the blocks
Oh,
in the back. You know, I see the blocks in Manhattan. You know which blocks I'm talking about?
Times
Like
Square,
the ones
in
that's
the
like
cut.
mad industrial, and
Yes.
you go there to buy linen and all that. They got
Fabric.
cut,
The fabric district. You know
And
what
the
I'm
porn
saying?
shop.
district.
Yeah, the porn
And the porn shop. We know exactly.
Dear
what
Fabric,
it
let
is.
me tell you something. Dear
Listen,
Fabric,
alright,
that
listen,
boy
I'm just tell certain niggas, bro. If you're gonna buy her some flowers, make sure one of them is a rose. And if you get it, you get it.
Ha ha ha.
That's all I'm gonna say. If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
You
it
know,
ain't for you.
I
It ain't for you.
don't really care about the rose shit, but they have this one where it's like you got the remote, like you could put something
Oh, the Bluetooth?
in the underwear, and you got the remote.
Yo.
Oh, you gonna get the remote? You gonna get the remote? Okay. Oh, so you want?
I was
the,
thinking about it, but I know me, I'm a demon.
I ain't gonna lie. I've seen that. That's funny.
I'm a
Women
demon.
always.
I'm a
lose their
demon.
mind.
I know I'm a demon. I can't.
with the remote shit.
See, to me, I'm not gonna take out the dinner. I'm not gonna do that.
So
Huh?
how you gonna?
I'm a demon.
I'm gonna be like supermarket. It's your-
With the
you
remote.
Nah, I'm one of those niggas that get excited off excited things and
know,
wildin'.
supermarket.
Supermarket.
I'm a
mine.
bad person. I'm a bad person. I'll take your ass.
Don't let me meet your parents while you got it. Don't forget you got it. If I meet your parents,
Nah,
don't
bro,
do it.
why would she do that?
I'm gonna take your ass to church. Yo.
Right in
We
front
gonna
of
do
you,
that
like-
shit in church, bro. I swear to God, I would.
Like just not while her parents is watching, but like say her parents is in the kitchen and we're both in the living room, and I'm just like,
Ah,
yeah.
And
you
she
like
can't be too
like
loud
bang
in the
girls,
other
bro.
room.
Huh?
You like borrowers too much. That's that dog. What's the niggas?
Yeah, I'm fucked up, man.
He said, why the parents is home?
While the parents is home, you like.
Yo, Sideboy, you remember, yo, I ain't
But
allowed.
the supermarket, what aisle you gonna be in?
Honestly, what aisle? The frozen aisle.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yo, Red Cable Box Days was crazy though. Red Cable Box Days was crazy.
Channel
Shouts out to
59.
But think about that.
It was
I'm
channel
in a
59,
space,
right?
hold on.
On
You're in a
the
space where we're arousing your physical pleasure.
In the freezer.
Wow,
section.
wow. We're about to give you some food and what you want.
It's still frozen because that's the aisle that we're in. The
No,
food is still
listen.
Yo, I
It's
think it
frozen-
was-
It's frozen, but we're gonna untoy it. We're gonna untoy it. You know what I'm saying?
frozen.
It's gonna get
yo.
hot. Once
That
it gets
takes
hot,
time.
once it gets hot, it take time. All we got is time. All we
Yo.
got
That's
is
what y'all
time.
be thinking.
Yeah,
Yo, so the candle wax thing, right? Yo, the people that be into
Yo,
candle
bro,
wax.
y'all 1980s porn watching ass niggas.
Hold on.
Yo, bro,
No, that's not me. Like,
Look up like ancient history, like porn toys.
I be looking up
Have you
shit,
seen
bro. I
that
just be
shit? It's
looking
like
up
wood.
taboo shit, like.
They was
'cause-
polishing that
I'm a-
shit.
Yo, bro,
I like
you
learning
pouring candle wax on women's backs?
Yo, I was thinking about it, and I was wondering, like,
Nigga, that is assault. That
that's
shit
why I
is
didn't
hot.
do it. But I just like, yo, I be seeing people talking about they
bro,
like that.
I'm gonna keep it funky with you, bro. What type of cougars y'all dealing with? That's
Allow that.
Yo, bro, that is not
No.
any woman that was
I was
born
just
from
thinking about it. I was-
1985 and up don't want no candle on her skin, man. Like what the
Oh, man.
Like what are y'all yo what?
Listen, I was just thinking about it,
What
and that's
type
what I'm
of
trying to tell
petty
you.
tender
trying to tell-
grass y'all listening to?
Nigga, yo, come on, Teddy Pendergrass is lit though. You feel me?
I ain't gonna hold you. I love
Come on,
me.
Teddy Pendergrass, come on.
One thing that's my kryptonite. I love women that love the old school music.
Come on, bro.
Like,
Like,
if I could play some Luther,
Mod
big
Cobra.
Luther.
and if you bring it to Jamaica, bro, come on, bro. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. The shorty love the Jamaican flex is a different type of flex.
You know what I mean? A little
I'm cool.
chocolate.
I'm cool with just the Sade, the Teddy, the Luther,
Sade
the
is
Marvin,
nice, yeah,
the Al
yeah,
Green.
yeah.
Like I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you,
yeah.
but it's tough though because you can't do shit like that and not expect her to care, like want you. Like
Yeah.
she gon' like nigga, you can't play always and forever.
Yo,
And
big
like,
up.
we're not gonna do this always and forever. Like
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like you got to be really careful.
Yo, big up my lady, man, because yo, she be playing all that music around me, teaching me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, listen.
She-
Yeah.
I just looked up 18th
Good vibes.
century porno toys, but I'm gonna refrain from showing you guys because I'll just do you
Say
that service.
18th century?
Yes.
Yo, I know it's some wild shit.
Imagine.
Like some wild
They
shit
was
that like,
innovative,
it's like,
okay?
wait, nah, I don't think you're supposed to put that.
Yes,
there.
like that tree stump there. Like, what are you
That's a whole.
doing?
Hold on, Alex. No, you brought up a point though. So like, what do you feel like? And just keep it. Just I understand you want the privacy of relationships. You're not gonna take it too far. What do you feel like some of the best things your lady has taught you in the sense of intimacy? Like in the sense of being more intimate, like with her or with women.
Yo, that sex isn't like the only form of intimacy. Like, you know, like I used to be on something like, man, like, I mean, if my dick gonna get hard, like, what am I supposed to do with it? Like, I don't want to sit there with a hard cocky.
Mr. I'm
Like,
against love
I mean,
languages.
so like you can't be, you know, you want to hug up and you feel all smell good. Like, of course, my would get hard, so I want to like, but like I learned to just like, nah, I like this. I
Such a
start to love this.
bushman.
Like I like to now I'm, you know, I'm a part of that. You know, I love just being hugged and like, you know, like
Yeah,
just
that's
being
I ain't gonna hold you like.
just being in the
love
vibe.
language.
This is love, but listen, this is my thing, right? Okay, love languages are created based upon how people have experienced life.
Yeah.
He just saying that like I like the experience of life. I'm gonna live the definition. You don't gotta give me a word. And that's basically what he's on.
Yeah.
So if you need the word for the definition, cool. Some people just live the definition, don't need the word. Okay. And that's all he basically really said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm aware of a love language. Not to keep it real, my love language is literally just like quality time. Like I like just kicking it with people. Like you don't have to buy me nothing.
He admitted it after all. Yes.
But you mean after all, I've been my gal know that already.
I didn't say she didn't.
No, huh?
I didn't say she didn't, but
I ain't gonna hold you.
It, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've always like.
But I like all them other things too. You know, like I like you to help me. I want you to buy me gifts sometimes, and I like it's like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I'm a multifaceted man. I'm very colorful, not monochromatic.
Fire.
Yo, fire for that. But you know what I mean. Multidimensional.
I think this is how like I'll say certain shit is fucked up. Growing up, like I remember niggas like, man, I slap, man, I ain't gotta cuddle, I have to kiss her.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna hold you like, listen, man's live how they live. But I always like to cuddle. I used to feel bad that I like to cuddle. Like I used to feel bad that
Yeah, you're right.
Like no funny shit. Like
I like it. Like I feel nice.
Exactly.
Like wow, this is so nice. Like
I'm talking about the spoon that's in the soup, like the big spoon. Like I ain't gonna, my favorite. I'll say one of the best moments of life is kind of like that, just laying there, and she got one leg straight, the other leg is just kind of over you.
Cock up.
You know what I'm saying? The body is just that's like her ear is literally like on your heart, like her hand is in your beard. There's some shit that y'all watching that y'all care about, but it's like y'all don't really care about.
Okay.
And it's like that moment of kind of like, like we're already here.
Intimacy.
So we decide to have sex, that's okay. But if we don't,
yeah,
that's
I'm okay
either,
too. Yeah,
because
like
we already have connected on that space.
Yeah.
One time.
And that shit right there is like that's
the in between.
Bro,
I love it.
The in between is
so
such
nice.
And honestly, I kind of get mad. Yeah, man. Like I just naturally feel like cuddling was my natural. Like it's the irony is that you don't realize you're a sex symbol until like women acknowledge you for what you are, you know?
Yeah,
and it's kind of like I ain't never really know. Like to me, I'm kind of like bet I ain't gonna never be the 6-pack nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my lifestyle. But then like once I had like niggas in like the big nigga Drew Hill and like Mike from Day 26, like Rick Ross started coming out. Like you start to acknowledge like the role you play. Like you know what I'm saying? So like. I started to understand who the chubby chasers was at a young age, cause they'll walk up to you like, "Oh, you my teddy bear" and all type of shit. And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I guess I'm a teddy bear. Like I guess a nigga a teddy bear. You feel me? Like so then you start to walk and acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? You start to walk in the teddy bearness. You know what I'm saying? So then you start to be in that space, and I think that maybe because of that, I always knew like when women see me, they thought about like just laying up and just cuddling and just like tapping in. But I always like to cuddle. Like I think that was a really.
So it's a plus for you too.
Yeah, and it's tough because I feel like you're going to school in the South Bronx, like gals are so just kind of like, what's up, nigga? Like, yo, what's up? Like, You know, just like, damn, you feel me? Like,
so aggressive.
Can we cuddle first?
Nah, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like that. Like, I still was in the staircase in high school doing what I had to do.
Staircase
like, don't, no. So let's not get it twisted. Like, man still had to, like, can I go to the bathroom? And still, like, yo, can I go to the bathroom? Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Shorty used to be like, she used to be walking by the class like, let's go.
Was staircase like? You think staircase vibes was like a direct result of watching too much porn?
Honestly,
why was y'all so horny that y'all had to fucking the staircase?
Cause bro, I don't know why I wouldn't do
I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Like,
what was it about the staircase?
To me, I think the staircase was just a space to be alone. Keep it funky with you. It's like
I enjoyed being there.
No. When you're younger, honestly, when you're younger and you're in these school environments, now that I'm back in it, like you're really around mad people all day. Like to a point, like when you put two kids by themselves. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because they're literally around people all... Like, when you put kids by themselves, they do the dumbest shit in the world. You know why? Because they're not used to being alone.
Yeah.
So, when you're younger, and you put, like, you and a woman or a woman and man that have sexual feelings to each other by themselves for fucking 5 seconds, they're like, yo, let's do the wildest shit we can do. Because I don't know when somebody else is going to come.
Right.
Like, 5 seconds.
It's not even 5 seconds. Like, nah, I ain't going to hold you. Yo, them teachers didn't care. Like, man used to be out the bathroom for a calm 22 whole minutes, bro. Especially when you had after-school programs. You used to get detention on purpose just so you had an excuse to stay in school. Yeah. And then, like, nigga, what? Yeah, there was a whole scheme to that shit.
But what was it about the staircase? Just because it was a place to be alone?
I don't think it was the porn thing. It was a place to be alone.
Yeah, I think niggas just love the excitement, too.
The excitement, too. Why you think about cars? Like, the cars, like, a lot of shit went down in cars also was because it's a space to be alone that's private.
Yeah. Nobody didn't have their own crib.
You don't got your own crib. Like,
you had your own car, some of us.
Yeah, so it wasn't even that. Like, I think, like, sometimes like I know certain women be like, yo, I'm too good for a car and all that type of shit. And I understand, respect that. But sometimes it wasn't even just that like I want to fuck you in a car. Sometimes it was more just kind of like, yo, me and you was on this type of time right now, and this is where we at. So this is where it kind of happened.
That was
like,
me
you know
when
what
it
I'm
came to motels. I had 2 older brothers, so I paid very close attention. A nigga had never been allowed to take me to a fucking motel. I was not going there. You're not paying $40 per hour to fuck me. We're not going.
Hotel, so what about the hotel? Like hotel's not
a hotel. It's not a motel. I'm not going with you.
So the motel is a no-no.
Airbnb though.
Oh, you're paying $40
B&B
an
is
hour.
real.
Paying 2-3 hours to what? And then I can't stay to cuddle and that's inconvenience. Nope, not going there.
Airbnb.
The last bitch was there.
Nah, B&B vibes is grown man stuff.
This is back in the day though, like
B&B vibes is different.
B&B.
That's what I'm saying. How you feel about Airbnb now? But then you get
I ain't gonna hold you.
You're gonna get an Airbnb for a night to fuck?
Alright, honestly, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. It depends.
Comfortability.
No. It depends.
Fine.
It depends in the sense
and better,
of.
Airbnb is probably more comfortable too.
No, it depends. If I'm going
Yeah,
OT,
fucking
yeah, I like B&Bs more than like hotels. A lot of times, simply just off like the hotel policies, the checking in, the bullshit. Like it'd be too much like real weird vibes sometimes. I just like the B&B because it gives more of a homely vibe.
Yeah,
but naturally, like, and I'll be honest with you, like the space I'm in life right now, like the woman that I have sex with, like I want time with you.
Okay.
Like if I really want to take it there, like even if it's just a sexual experience, like I want time with you. Like I want to be around you. I want to like share this experience with you.
Yeah.
Like not to be that nigga, but it's like nah. Like I want my fingerprints on your body. Like you know what I'm saying. I don't want it to be just a like nigga like me. I'm gonna rub you down. I'm gonna do because to me it's an important experience for me to go there now.
Yeah.
When I was younger, sex was just sex. Now I'm kind of like yo, bro. I feel like I don't have as much sex as I do now when I was younger, but I have more meaningful sex now.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like that experience was an experience.
That's
like
moving
that shit
responsible,
called like those memories could hold me for a minute because like we got to be in it. Like you know what I'm saying. We got to really do the do. So.
That's a fact.
So you're gonna get the Airbnb. I guess that makes sense to me, but we was talking about motels. We didn't have that. We didn't have Airbnbs back then.
Yeah, motels was different. So, alright, to get back to the... So what do you feel like spiritually you digest that is toxic for you?
I don't know. I feel like there's so much, and there's always so much room for growth. What is one thing that I could say that I digest too much? Maybe, I don't know. Other people's bullshit. I try to fix people. And then lose focus in zoning in on myself, and instead pouring so much into them.
Okay.
But I don't
so
know
pouring into cups that don't pour into you.
Yeah. Because in a sense, it's still rewarding to know that I could help you reach the other end, or just reach. You know, some people are down on themselves, and if I could like lift you and bring you out of that, like I want to know that I could do that for anyone, a friend, a family member, a loved one.
But. And I'm saying this to you, and I'm saying it to me also, because I do it a lot. Do you feel like that's a form of like enabling? Because almost to a space of like, if I kind of know, like 9 times out of 10, I realize my life is the way it is because of how I set it up.
Okay.
And if that's subconsciously or subconsciously,
accountability. Yeah.
Accountability. And then, so when I used to look for people to pull me out of spaces, I look out now and just be like, yo, that's kind of wrong because that wasn't their job. And especially when I put myself in the space and I'm looking for somebody to pull me out, it does 2 bad things.
I don't look for people to pull me out. And I guess that's the thing too. Like, I'm not even looking for it in return. I'm just doing it because it's rewarding to me to know that I can help you. I don't know.
But do you feel like it's rewarding to you that you can help me, but in that space, don't you need help too?
I always feel like I got it. That's what I'm saying. I have an issue with accepting help anyway. I always feel like I'm going to get it for myself, and I can help get it for you too. That's just how I feel.
That's that Taurus shit.
I'm an Aquarius, but I feel you. Like, we're similar in those ways, where we want to continue to pour into people,
Yeah,
but we don't necessarily need your help to pour back into me. Like, I know I'm going to be able to get it for me when I'm ready to get it for me. But you look like you need the help right now, so...
But 9 times out of 10, that person needing that help was half of it had to do with their own bullshit. Like you need to acknowledge that you're here because of you.
I am acknowledging that. So me just really paying too much close attention to other people's bullshit, and really kind of more so like shifting that focus and more so using that energy to pour into myself more often, because I don't do that as often.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
not focusing too much on everybody's bullshit. I don't have to save everyone. Although, you know, growing up, I wanted to be a superhero.
That's a real.
So, dead ass
heavy on
bullshit.
the...
I wanted to be a superhero.
Only reason I was sorry, I was just having that with you because I'm like, I feel like I was speaking to me while you were speaking to you. I was speaking to you. I'm like, yo, bro, stop doing that shit. Like that shit is not the, you know,
Yo,
heavy
man,
on the. So what?
Yeah, bro. You're one of those. You're like you're real selfless, you know.
I'm not gonna call it selfless anymore. I think I thought it was being selfless, but now I think it's just it is almost kind of selfish.
Yeah.
It's selfish in the sense of me feeling like I gotta be someone of a martyr, or kind of like let me not think about me.
Syndrome.
Yeah, martyr syndrome. You think about me, think about everybody else.
Yeah,
but you know
all
what?
the time.
I guess in my eyes, I think.
I don't think there's anything wrong with this. It's always about finding balance.
No. There's something wrong with it because like sometimes like
it's balance.
You should never do it. You should never have a syndrome of something. Like, because you should genuinely do something because you truly,
that's just what you want. Yeah,
truly want to do.
Yeah.
And we tend to like we're not aware, but we do it for like some sort of hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an
that
addiction.
dopamine effect
like
again.
Like,
A lot of dopamine talk today.
Because I used to be like that too. Until I realized like, man. It creates expectations. You know what I'm saying? It creates an expectation when you do it from that space. Like, regardless if it's like subconscious, like you're still gonna have an expectation of someone, even if you're not like, you know what? Let me not like act on that because they didn't do the same for me or do So that's why now like if I don't genuinely want to do it, I'm just like I don't want to do it. Like,
I'm always going to genuinely come from a place of genuine and authenticity because. I'm not going to find the energy otherwise to help and perform if it's not real for me.
That's right.
I always feel like if I'm going to complain in the process, I didn't genuinely want to do it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's just simple.
And that brings me
Cut
to
that tide then.
the power of no.
Yeah.
I think life got real when I love my no button.
Yeah, I've been saying no
You have a
since
no button?
1995.
Yeah, I got a no button. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. There be days I just be like, I've been saying yes a lot. I just that whole day I just be like, no. Like no funny shit to a point. And this shit, I be telling people no before I say yes. I'm like, nah, you good. I'm like, for real, but I got you. But I was like, I just need you comfortable with me saying no.
Yeah.
Just so when I say no,
so you're not comfortable with me saying yes all the time.
Yeah. So when I say no, now I'm dead ass. You kind of like, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite no is like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, or like, I'm like, you're like, no, you're like, yeah, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Like, that's just not where I'm at.
We're coordinating a little bit today, guys.
Yeah, it's
like the greens and the purples.
I think it's aligned. I think it just.
What are you wearing, Chuck?
What are you talking about?
What are you wearing?
Yo, big up Heartbreak NY. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. The best marketer. Shouts out my boy Raheem. Feel me?
Cito, what you got on?
You know what I'm saying?
Yourself?
Got the song Cito Blanquito merch, you know what I'm saying? 98 cents barcode, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Made New York or Made NY.
Yeah, Made NY.
My Rebel Spice t-shirt.
Yeah, everything.
Wearing myself.
Everything we got on was made from there.
Yeah, big up Made NY, man. Big up Made NY. Big up Now Smoking.
Big up Now Smoking.
You know what I'm saying? Big up Saving Worldwide, you know what I'm saying?
Saving Worldwide. Big up Saving Worldwide.
Muggsy McFly.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Pure, you know what I'm saying?
Pure.
Palisados. If I'm saying it
so
wrong, I
many people to
apologize.
pick up.
Native Creatives, all of that.
Natives, 100%.
Definitely
Native
Creatives, Triple Sec, Pray for
Triple
Nino,
Sec, yo,
Maybe
big up
Autumn,
Triple Sec, of course.
Emiliano.
You know the vibe.
Stream on all social platforms.
All platforms and everything.
Thank you.
Like Cole said, you know what I'm saying? And when we say this, don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
Grau.
I'm not talking about he talking about like honestly, let's stop saving people that don't want to be saved. A lot of people's stuff is self-inflicted, including me.
Yes.
And I think sometimes when you down and out, people pull you out too early. Like, nah, I need you to understand how that dirt feels. So you don't want to go back.
Oh,
okay?
gosh.
It's tough
Don't
love, but
save
it's
them.
needed.
They don't want to be saved. Damn, Cito.
They don't want to be saved.
Don't save them.